I didn't show this part, but I put the cover back on. When I was torquing the middle bolt down, I must not have had it all the way in the hole and it stripped out. It's just aluminum. These bolts are just aluminum. So I have to contact Party Bicycles and send another one. Hopefully they have replacements. But this is the middle one. The other two are resecured and torqued down to 25 Newton meters. So I guess to say, make sure that the socket is fully embedded into the bolt. I thought it was. It must have went just sideways slightly and stripped it out ever so easily. But 25 Newton meters is not very tight. It's just snug to feel if you're not sure what 25 Newton meters feels like. So I'll have to wait. I won't ride my bike until I get a new bolt now. They said I need to remove this cover for the motor mounts and tighten up, actually loosen, remove the 3 bolts one at a time, then replace them one at a time, and re-grease them, and then re-torque it. Alright, I think that's in view. I really can't see. It's on the floor. Can't get down that low. So anyways, I've got a 5mm socket, a hex end, and I'm going to remove it. They said not to use the torque wrench to remove it. So I'll see if I can break it loose. So I'm doing one at a time. Let's see if I can do the farthest most one back here. Alright, so it's not tightened very much by feel. So let me see if I do that. Okay, if that's in focus, that's what the bolt looks like. It's not very big and it wasn't very tight. So I didn't check the tension to begin with, but I'll know when I finish up. They said the grease probably needs to be replenished, so I'll replenish the grease. On the inside of the hole, it says there's the other end of the bolt. So that end is supposed to hammer out. So let me see what I can do. Okay, I'm going to use a 6mm, a little bit larger socket, and see if I can just hammer it out a little bit. See if we come out on the other side. Yeah, that's as far as it's coming out. So it's said to try to put a little more grease on there, so I'll clean it up. That's as far as it's come out. Looks like it's got little teeth on there to grab onto it. So it says to clean it up and re-grease it. So that's what I'll do. I'll do that for all 3 of them. That's what it looks like on this side where I took the bolt out. I'm going to re-grease it with this Park Tool Polylube grease. I don't have a little brush, so I just made myself a little sliver of wood, and I think it'll be thin enough to apply the grease down there. So that's what I need to apply grease on. It's the other end of the bolt that the bolt screws into, and it compresses the motor onto the frame. That should be enough grease, so I'll see if I can get down in there. It's pretty messy. I'll clean it up with a paper towel. Okay, so here's the bolt. It's on the end of the socket. So let me go ahead and re-screw it back in there. Okay, to screw it in there, it'll want to try to push the other side out. All right, that's snug. That's good enough for right now. And then I'll repeat the same thing for the other two. I don't want to torque it down until I get them all three re-greased. Priority Bicycles was very adamant to re-grease it. So I suppose that protects the metal on metal if there's any rubbing. Okay. And that's it for reverse. Let's go ahead and see if we can get up in there. Okay, wasn't very tight at all. All right, I know I put that other bolt back on, but I'm going to put thread locker back on there. Thread locker's on there now, makes sense. But so anyways, I'm not going to do anything with this one. So what they meant was re-grease the other side. I guess that prevents metal on metal. Makes sense. Let me take a slightly larger. Yeah, I gotta hammer that. I can't just push it out. Let me hammer it out. Lightly tap it. So let me lightly tap it out. That's a slightly larger hex drive socket. That's a 6mm. 5mm was what took it off. That's all there is to it. So put this down. So I tap that out. So let me repeat, put grease on the other side again. Alright, slide around here. And there it is. Tapped out there. So I'll clean it up with a paper towel a little bit and put some more grease on. And I'll clean that other grease up after I'm done. So there's a paper towel there. I'll just wipe that bolt insert off. And there it is, all wiped off. So put some grease on there. Do the other side. Okay, let me push that back on with a screwdriver. And go to the other side and rethread the bolt in. And reapplied some thread lock, so let that cure and I'll put that bolt on. Okay, put that back on now. Okay, that's just snug. Flip around and see if it went in flush. Looks like it did. Can't tell by that grease, but I'll double check it. I'll wipe it off. Barely fits on there, so let me see if I can turn that and make sure it resets flush like the other one. So there's the other one. It's got to set flush in there. It's not quite flush on the other side, so let me see if I can tighten this a little bit more by hand. I don't want to over tighten it. Trying to hold the light so the video will be able to see well, but then I want to tighten it. Alright, so I snugged it down. Should have went flush by now. Let me check it. Rub it again here. Check it. Yeah, that's snugged down real flat. So that's flush. There we go. So let me do the third one. And it's just snug. I haven't put any tension on it yet. Alright, I'm going to take this other one that I did first off. I want to put thread locker back on it. Okay. Alright, so that's off. So I put thread locker back on. Ooh, that's plenty. That is plenty. Alright, put the bolt back in. Just so it's snug. I'm not putting any tension on it. Okay, there we go. That's enough right now until I torque it. Now the front one. Alright, let's see if I can get it. There we go. Take it off here. Alright, so let me take it off by hand. It's just finger tight. Well, back on there. And there it is. And repeat what I did for the other two now. Alright, so I just hammered that one out. I didn't put it on video. It's kind of hard to juggle everything and hold the light and camera. So I'm going to flip around to the other side. One is really close to the belt. So let me wipe it down a little bit best I can and put some more grease on there. The bike has about 1,000 miles. I'm not sure how much grease it would have had on to begin with. Not very much, I don't think. So, but I re-greased it like they said. Alright, so let's put some grease on there. And try to turn it and get some more on there on the other side. Alright, so I turned it, so I should be able to reapply some more grease here. Sorry if that's not very clear. It's not focusing very well. Alright, so there's plenty of grease on there, I think. And it'll smush out once I put that back in. So let's push it back through. Sorry about that. Okay. Flip back to the other side again. making a mess. Okay, now put this back on. Put the wrench back on and we'll just hand tighten it. All right. Yeah, there we go. Just till it's snug. Okay. Go to the other side, make sure it's flush, wipe the grease off. Then I'm ready to torque it to 25 Newton meters. 25 Newton meters. Alright. Show me the last time for over here. Oh, forgot my light. Alright, so it's all wiped down. I'll finish it up later wiping it. So let's torque it down. Alright. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this very well, but I've got the torque wrench set for 25 Newton meters, because that's what Priority Bicycles says it calls for. And you have to hold it right here in order to get an accurate torque on it. You can't put your hand back further, otherwise you might be tightening it too much. That's what they said. Okay, here we go. I didn't show this part, but I put the cover back on. When I was torquing the middle bolt down, I must not have had it all the way in the hole and it stripped out. It's just aluminum. These bolts are just aluminum. So I have to contact Priority Bicycles and send another one. Hopefully they have replacements. But this is the middle one. The other two are resecured and torqued down to 25 Newton meters. So I guess to say make sure that the socket is fully embedded into the bolt. I thought it was. It must have went just sideways slightly and stripped it out ever so easily. But 25 Newton meters is not very tight. It's just snug to feel if you're not sure what 25 Newton meters feels like. So I'll have to wait. I won't ride my bike until I get a new bolt now.